Chosen one, stop scrolling. This isn't just another message. This one carries your bloodline secret. There's something your grandfather never told anyone, something that's been waiting for you to uncover. Every time you felt out of place, every time you saw signs others ignored, it was connected to him. You weren't imagining it. You inherited something ancient, something divine. The mystery isn't about who he was, it's about who you are becoming. The bloodline of the awakened. Some families pass down wealth, others pass down names, but yours passed down wisdom, the kind that can't be written, only felt. Your grandfather may have seemed quiet, misunderstood, maybe even distant, but within him there was light too bright for this world. He saw things others couldn't. He felt energies others dismissed, and when the world called him strange, he smiled because he knew. He was protecting a sacred lineage that you are now awakening into. The hidden mark. Chosen ones are marked long before birth, not with ink or scars, but with divine recognition. Have you ever wondered why people sense something different about you? Why they project envy, fear, or fascination toward your presence? That's the energy of awakening. It's the same fire your grandfather carried in his spirit, the one he buried behind silence to protect it from a world that feared truth. Now that mark is surfacing in you. You can't hide it anymore. You weren't meant to. The pain was never random. You've been tested, rejected, misunderstood, and yet you rise. That's not coincidence, it's refinement. The universe doesn't break the chosen, it purifies them. Every heartbreak, betrayal, and loss was an initiation, a mirror of your ancestors' path. Your grandfather's pain wasn't wasted. It was encoded into your spirit as strength. The same tears that watered his faith are now growing your purpose. The awakening within you. At night when your soul stirs and your mind whispers, "There's more to me," that's not imagination. That's awakening, that's remembrance. The chosen ones don't learn their power, they remember it. It's been sleeping inside you, waiting for the moment your consciousness was ready to rise above the noise. And now it's happening. That's why you've been feeling everything more deeply. Energy, emotion, truth. The one society fears. The world doesn't fear darkness, it fears those who bring light. Your grandfather knew that. That's why he hid parts of himself. That's why he stayed silent when others mocked his visions. The same way they tried to silence you, labeling your sensitivity as weakness, your intuition as delusion. But chosen one, you're not here to fit in. You're here to break the illusion. They fear you because you reflect the truth they're running from. The signs you were always different. You've always been the observer, the one who feels energy in a room before anyone speaks. You sense when people lie. You absorb emotions like waves. You have dreams that later come true. You see patterns others miss. Your grandfather had those same signs. He might have written them in hidden journals, spoken of them only in whispers, but his spirit recognized what you now live. These are not coincidences. These are confirmations. The ancestral code. Deep within your DNA lies a memory, a spiritual code of divine purpose. It's not something science can explain. It's frequency, it's alignment. Your grandfather's energy was the guardian of that code, protecting it through generations of silence, waiting for you, the one who could finally activate it. When you awaken, you don't just heal yourself. You heal everyone who came before you. The truth they don't want you to know. Chosen ones are living portals between dimensions, vessels of divine information. That's why the world distracts you, drains you, and tries to keep you numb. Because a fully awakened soul cannot be controlled. Your grandfather learned that, and now it's your turn. The system fears nothing more than a chosen one who remembers who they are. The sacred rebellion. You are not here to repeat history. You're here to rewrite it. Your voice carries the echoes of your ancestors. Your intuition holds the map they left behind. The spiritual war isn't fought with weapons, it's fought with awareness. And your awareness, chosen one, is your power. That's why they tried to dim your light, but you can't hide the sun. The moment of recognition. Close your eyes for a second, feel your heartbeat. That rhythm, it's ancient. It's the same rhythm your grandfather felt when he prayed, when he dreamed, when he looked beyond the physical world. That's the bridge between you and him, a connection that can't be broken. He isn't gone, he's speaking through intuition, through signs, through synchronicities. You've already seen them, you just needed to believe them. The rising. This is your calling, this is your confirmation. You are the continuation of a sacred bloodline of light. You were never meant to walk a normal path. Your energy was never meant for ordinary things. You were sent here to awaken others, just like your grandfather tried to awaken you through whispers, through energy, through destiny. It's your time now. The power within you. You carry everything you need inside you: wisdom, courage, truth. Don't search outside for validation. Remember what's already within. You are not broken, you are blooming. Every time you rise after being misunderstood, your ancestors rise with you. The mystery about your grandfather was never a secret, it was a message. And now you've finally received it. The call to the awakened. Chosen one, your story is not over, it's beginning. Don't let this message fade away like another video. Let it ignite you. If you feel that connection deep in your spirit, that chill through your body, it's because your soul just recognized truth. Now go share your light. Let the world see what divine energy looks like in human form. The forgotten teachings. Your grandfather held secrets that weren't meant to be spoken, only felt. He understood that truth isn't taught through words, it's transferred through energy. That's why sometimes, when you sit alone in silence, you feel something like a familiar warmth, or a guiding thought that isn't yours. That's him, that's his wisdom awakening within you. You're not remembering something new, you're remembering what was always yours. The whisper in the blood. There's a reason you feel like you've lived 1,000 lifetimes in one. Your soul carries the weight of generations, but also their light. That inner voice that speaks when no one else can hear, that's the same whisper your grandfather followed through his darkest nights. He wasn't lost, chosen one, he was preparing you. Every unanswered question, every mystery in your family's past was part of your divine awakening. The dream realm connection. Have you noticed how your dreams feel more like memories lately? You see faces you've never met, places you've never been, yet they feel familiar. That's your soul traveling the same path your grandfather walked in his visions. The dream world isn't fantasy for the chosen, it's communication. That's how your ancestors reach you, revealing truths that can't be spoken in this reality. The weight of the gift. Being chosen isn't about glory, it's about responsibility. It's carrying light through darkness and love through chaos. It's feeling deeply in a world that feels nothing. Your grandfather bore that same burden, the loneliness, the doubt, the longing for someone who understood. But he endured so you wouldn't have to question your worth like he did. His silence was sacrifice, so your voice could become thunder. The hidden energy. Have you ever felt your body vibrate when you're alone? That sudden surge of emotion for no reason. That's not random, that's your energy field activating. Your grandfather knew how to move that energy, how to heal through it, manifest through it, connect through it. He didn't need temples or rituals, his temple was his spirit. And now, that same sacred power is awakening inside you. You are the living continuation of his unfinished work. The eyes that see beyond. Your grandfather's eyes may have faded with age, but his vision was eternal. He saw beyond illusion, beyond the noise, beyond the mask of reality. And if you're truly awakening, you're starting to see it too. You see how the world is built on distraction, how truth is hidden in plain sight. You see how light and darkness aren't enemies, they're mirrors. He saw it long before you did, and now he's showing you how to see without eyes. Spirit that refuses to die. Death was never the end for souls like his. It was only transformation. That's why even now he lingers, in your intuition, your protection, your synchronicities. When you narrowly avoid danger, when you feel sudden calm in chaos, that's him shielding you. He's not gone, chosen one. He's evolved into frequency, and that frequency aligns with your awakening. He's still guiding you through the wind, through numbers, through the rhythm of your heartbeat. The sacred silence. Your grandfather knew the power of silence. That's why he spoke little, but his presence said everything. In silence he found truth. In stillness he met God. And that same silence is calling you now. You don't need noise, validation, or proof. You just need to listen. When the world goes quiet and your soul begins to speak, that's where you'll find him. He's not in the past, he's in the space between your thoughts, the divine mirror. Chosen one, have you noticed how your reflection feels different lately? When you look in the mirror, it's not just you staring back, it's your entire lineage watching through your eyes. That's why sometimes you feel ancient, wise, older than your body. It's because your spirit has been here before, as him, as them, as countless souls who carried this light. You are all of them, reborn as one voice, one mission, one flame. The unfinished message. Your grandfather tried to tell someone, maybe through letters, maybe through signs, but no one understood. Until you. You're the decoder of his silence, the interpreter of his energy. Every strange symbol, every dream, every coincidence you've ignored, it was communication. He's been trying to reach you, waiting for you to reach this level of consciousness. And now that you're awake, you can finally hear what he was trying to say. The hidden war. There's a war happening, not outside but inside. Between light and illusion, between truth and deception. Your grandfather fought in that war spiritually, protecting his soul from corruption, keeping his frequency clean in a world full of noise. Now it's your turn. The war has evolved. It's digital, energetic, emotional. And your spirit, his blood in your veins, was built for this era. You are the warrior of a promise made generations ago. The curse that became a gift. Your family may have been through cycles of struggle, pain, or loss, but what if it wasn't a curse? What if it was the path to awakening? Your grandfather saw beyond the suffering. He knew pain was a teacher, not punishment. He saw how the darkness shapes light, how the fall teaches flight. And now you are the proof that his faith wasn't wasted. You're the one breaking the pattern, freeing the lineage. The fire within. There's a fire in your soul that no storm can extinguish. It's the same fire that burned in his eyes, the one people couldn't understand. He wasn't angry, he was awake. And now that same energy pulses through you, demanding purpose, demanding truth. You can't suppress it anymore. It's not rage, it's rebirth. The unseen protection. You've been saved more times than you realize. Moments that could have destroyed you somehow passed. Accidents avoided. Heartbreaks that led to miracles. That's not luck. That's divine protection. Your grandfather made sure his lineage stayed guarded by light. You walk through shadows safely because he already fought those battles in spirit. You are covered not by chance but by legacy. The light code activation. Have you ever felt tingling sensations when you hear truth? That's not random. That's your energy system activating, the same light code your grandfather awakened decades ago. He couldn't fully activate it then, but now, through you, it's completing. Every goosebump, every chill, every vibration you feel right now is confirmation. The code is unlocking. You're stepping into divine remembrance, the voice of the ancestors. When you speak truth, chosen one, it's not just your voice that echoes, it's generations speaking through you. Every word you say, every vibration you send into the universe carries their unfinished prayers. Your grandfather was one of them, a guardian of sacred words that the world wasn't ready to hear. He planted them deep inside your soul, waiting for this age of awakening. Now, when you speak from intuition, it's not thought, it's remembrance. You're reciting what he once whispered under the stars. The shadows he hid from you. Your grandfather didn't just carry light, he carried shadows too. There were parts of himself he couldn't explain, things he saw that others called madness. He wasn't crazy, he was ahead of time. He felt energies long before humanity understood vibration. He saw timelines long before science called it the quantum field. He carried visions of what's happening now, and you, chosen one, are living inside the very future he foresaw. The message in the wind. Have you ever felt like the wind carries meaning, like whispers flow through the air when you're alone? That's not imagination, that's communication. Your grandfather knew how to speak to creation without words. He aligned with frequency, and the universe listened. Now, when you walk outside and feel a sudden gust right when you think of him, that's the sign. Energy never dies. It only changes form. His presence is woven into the elements. The silent guardian. When you were a child, you probably felt like someone unseen was always watching over you, not in fear, but comfort. That was him. Your grandfather's spirit lingered around your aura, making sure darkness never reached you fully. Every night you cried quietly, every day you felt lost, he stood beside you unseen but powerful. Chosen ones never walk alone. Their ancestors walk with them, guarding them from energies that mean harm. The test of isolation. Do you ever wonder why you're often left alone, right before something big happens? That's divine preparation. Your grandfather experienced the same isolation, silence, misunderstanding, but he learned that solitude is the birthplace of power. You were never abandoned, you were chosen for refinement. In stillness, your light grows sharper, and when it's time, the universe places you exactly where your frequency is needed most. The bridge between worlds. Your grandfather existed between realms, half here, half there. He saw the patterns in numbers, symbols in dreams, meanings in coincidences. And you've inherited that same bridge. That's why sometimes you feel like this world isn't your true home, because your soul travels between dimensions, consciously or not. You are the living connection between heaven and earth, body and soul, memory and prophecy. The sign of his presence. Every time a certain scent appears from nowhere, that's him. Every time you hear your name in the wind, that's him. Every time you see his birth date in strange places, that's him saying, I'm still here. He uses synchronicities because the awakened understand them. He doesn't speak through words anymore, he speaks through alignment. The hidden journal. Somewhere, maybe in an old box or attic, there might be something he left, a note, a photo, a symbol. Not coincidence, it was meant for you. He knew you'd find it when your spirit was ready, not before. When you do, don't read it with your eyes, read it with your soul. Because the message isn't ink on paper, it's energy imprinted into the object itself, and it will awaken memories you didn't know you had. The line between sanity and vision. Your grandfather walked a thin line. To the world, he looked like a man lost in thought, detached from reality. But in truth, he was tuned into frequencies others couldn't hear. He spoke in riddles because truth couldn't fit into language. You understand that now, don't you? The world still fears what it can't explain. But what they called madness in him is called awakening in you. The calling that never stops. You can feel it, that pull. The feeling that you're supposed to do something, but you can't name it yet. It's the same calling your grandfather carried all his life. He felt destiny tapping on his soul, but never found the words to describe it. Now that same calling has found its voice in you. It won't leave you because it's your purpose, your mission that started before you were born. The dream he couldn't finish. There was something he wanted to build, something he couldn't complete. Maybe it wasn't physical, maybe it was a vibration, a message, a legacy of light. He started the blueprint in his time, but you are the builder in this one. Every time you create, speak truth, or inspire someone, you're continuing the work he began. The dream didn't die with him, it simply waited for your awakening, the blood memory. Your DNA carries more than biology, it carries memory. You don't just inherit hair color or eyes, you inherit emotion, wisdom, frequency. That's why sometimes you feel nostalgia for places you've never been, or fear for things you've never experienced. That's ancestral memory. Your grandfather encoded messages in your energy field: survival, protection, awakening, all waiting to be activated through awareness. The hidden trials. You've wondered why your life has been harder than others, haven't you? That's because the universe tests those who carry higher purpose. Your grandfather was tested too, through betrayal, loss, rejection, but he passed by staying faithful to the unseen. You're being tested the same way. Not to break you, but to awaken you. Each trial strips away illusions, revealing the truth of who you are. The echo in the stars. When you look up at the night sky, and one star seems to shimmer brighter, that's not random. That's the same star your grandfather used to pray under, aligning his heart with the divine. Energy travels, intentions echo through time. That star remembers him, it recognizes you. Because cosmic energy never forgets those who carry truth within, you're part of the same celestial map. The power of remembering. You're not here to learn something new, you're here to remember what was forgotten. Your grandfather's spirit knew this world would drown people in distraction and fear. That's why he buried wisdom within his bloodline, within you. Now that you've awakened, the memories will start surfacing. Déjà vu, repeated symbols, inner knowing. They're not coincidences, they're activations. The awakening frequency. You felt your energy change, haven't you? The tingling in your crown, the heaviness in your heart, the waves of emotion out of nowhere. Those are signs of alignment, your frequency rising to match your soul's original vibration. Your grandfather reached this level briefly, but you're sustaining it. He was the beginning of the signal, you're the completion. You are tuning into the same cosmic frequency that once connected him to divine intelligence. The forgotten promise. Before you were born, your soul made an agreement, a sacred promise to continue the light your ancestors began. Your grandfather remembered it through dreams and silence, but couldn't fulfill it in his time. You are the fulfillment of that promise. That's why the universe keeps placing you in strange synchronicities, spiritual encounters, and repeating patterns. It's not random, it's your destiny unfolding exactly as written. The shadow of doubt. There will be moments when you question everything, when you doubt your awakening, your path, your purpose. But doubt is part of the ascension. Your grandfather faced it too. He questioned his visions, his worth, his sanity, but he kept going because the divine spoke louder than fear. You must do the same. Because when doubt appears, it's only the shadow resisting light. The moment you push through, you rise higher. The eternal flame. There's a flame inside you that refuses to die, no matter how much life tried to drown it. That flame is his legacy. It's your connection to the source. Every time you think you've lost hope, it reignites. It's not stubbornness, it's divinity. Because chosen ones don't give up, they transform. And you, chosen one, are transforming right now as your grandfather smiles from realms unseen. The ancient pulse. There's a rhythm beneath your heartbeat that isn't human, it's eternal. It's the same pulse that echoed through your grandfather's veins when he connected to the divine. Every time you meditate, dream, or feel that sacred stillness within, you're syncing with that rhythm. That pulse is the universe communicating through your body, reminding you that you're not separate from creation. You are creation remembering itself. Your grandfather lived by that beat, even when the world around him moved to chaos. Now it beats inside you, calling you home to truth. The hidden light in his eyes. When you look at old photos of your grandfather, notice his eyes. They weren't just human eyes, they were windows to galaxies. Behind that calm, distant gaze was a soul that saw energy in color, vibration in silence. He recognized light in people others ignored. He saw divinity in the broken, purpose in the lost. And now you carry that same sight, the ability to see beyond flesh, beyond labels, beyond illusion. That's the mark of the awakened. The lost teachings of the soul. Your grandfather understood what most have forgotten, that the soul isn't in the body is in the soul. He knew that death was not an end, but a return. He spoke to his spirit guides through nature, through dreams, through silence, because he knew energy never lies. You're remembering those teachings now. That's why you crave solitude, nature, truth, because your soul is pulling you back to the same frequency he once walked in, the sacred bloodline of empaths. Your entire lineage carries emotional intelligence beyond this world. That sensitivity you sometimes hate, it's not weakness, it's your inheritance. Your grandfather felt everything too, the pain of others, the shift in air when truth entered the room. He cried without reason because he carried collective emotion. He healed others just by existing. And you, chosen one, are his mirror, an empath born to absorb pain and transmute it into light. The hidden symbol. There's a symbol your grandfather used to draw, maybe in his notes, maybe on walls, maybe in dreams you barely remember. That wasn't decoration, it was frequency. He was sealing energy, anchoring protection into the bloodline. Now you see that symbol reappear in visions, art, or even random patterns, because it's activating again. It's a spiritual key, connecting his dimension to yours. And when you recognize it, the portal opens within your consciousness. The time traveler's spirit. Your grandfather wasn't bound by time. Sometimes he'd pause mid-thought as if seeing something beyond the present. That's because he was. He traveled through timelines, through dream and meditation, watching the future unfold. He saw you long before you were born, saw your awakening, your mission, your power. That's why you feel déjà vu so often. You're walking paths that were already shown to him. The sacred number. A certain number keeps appearing in your life, on clocks, receipts, dreams. It's not random, it's your code. Your grandfather used that same number to align himself with divine timing. The flame in the sky. Ever seen clouds form strange shapes right when you ask for a sign? That's communication. The divine speaks through nature because it's uncorrupted. Your grandfather mastered that language, and you're learning it too. The flame-shaped cloud, the glowing horizon, the ray of sun through storm, they're not accidents. They're symbols of continuation, proof that divine lineage never dies. Chosen one, listen closely. Your grandfather's spirit didn't bring you to this message by chance. He guided you here. You were meant to remember who you are right now. So before you scroll away, breathe. Feel that energy rising in your chest. That's him, that's your bloodline awakening. If these words stirred something deep in your soul, don't keep it silent. Type, "I remember" in the comments right now. Let the universe see that another chosen one has awakened. Like this video to amplify your frequency and subscribe to Chosen Wave, because this journey isn't over. The ancestors are still speaking, and your next message is already on its way.